Welcome to the ISE Barcelona, the annual tech show for the systems integration and audio-visual industry. So let's find out what's happening in 2026. Well, here we are at the BirdDog stand at ISE 2026 right here in Barcelona. CJ, great to see you here. I love coming for the chats at BirdDog because you guys never stop evolving. For those who don't know about BirdDog, tell us about the company.
Yeah, so we've been going for about 9 years here in the industry, traditionally with broadcast AV and corporate AV, live sports production, houses of worship, and really getting anything from PTZ cameras to NDI converters, decoders, encoders, and software, which we've been hard at work in all three of those areas. So for those who don't know, we now have expanded our range of cameras to over 9 different camera offerings. And so that was about a year ago, we were down to maybe 2 or 3 as we reinvented the whole line. So we've been really working on bringing all of our hardware, and now it's matured into a full line of PTZ cameras, encoders and decoders, and software.
So where does the focus move now?
So now that we have kind of a full flagship of cameras, anywhere from a $1,000 starting out PTZ up to a $7,000 fourth urgent sensor high broadcast grade PTZ, now we're focusing on how do we connect all of these things. Traditionally, if you have a point-to-point cable with HDMI or SDI, you're kind of stuck to that. With NDI, we can expand, and so anywhere on the network, we can locally take those cameras to from the sensor to a TV, and now with our Connect software, we can connect things around the world. And I think that's where our focus is now, is making how do we do PTZs, send them from location A to B, and make it very expandable, flexible, and scalable.
And how's that going for you, moving from hardware to software?
So it's been great, and we're absolutely definitely invested still in both. And one of the new things that we have showing off here is our new Zoom Connect app.
Wow,
Yep.
So that's a good collaboration.
And that is a very exciting piece of software that we have that's with our BirdDog Connect software, and it's an app that runs right into Zoom natively, and it's basically a production switcher right into Zoom. You don't need extra pieces of hardware. Any NDI source that you have on your network, you can bring right into Zoom and begin switching like a production switcher, and that's built into the Zoom application.
And I know we're able to get shots of that. That's being demoed very heavily on the stand. I'm sure it's attracting a lot of interest. Talk us through what we can see here.
Yeah, so we have our full range of cameras that you can see. The Zoom Connect, we have a demo running. Obviously the internet's a little bit tough here, but if you have a Zoom call, you can bring that in as a switcher, and any NDI source that you have, you can switch picture-in-picture in Zoom. You can do full screens, bring in titles and overlays if you want. So it really takes that Zoom experience from a single camera or sharing your screen and elevates it to the next level, and makes it feel like you're actually doing a production show right in Zoom.
So tell me about the customers that will use this then.
I think it's going to be anyone who uses Zoom. Anyone who wants to take their Zoom call to the next level. You know, you have those moments where you say, you know, can you guys see my screen? Can you hear me now? It kind of takes away that complexity and that cumbersomeness, and really makes it to where you're doing a production switch, you know what's going to be happening, and you can control that from anywhere in the world.
So much more professional, that offering then.
Yes, I think it's a nice polished layer that gets added into Zoom and really integrates without any barriers to entry. All you need to do is download Zoom, have BirdDog Connect software running, and you're off to the races.
What else can we see on the stand?
The other thing we're really excited is our BirdDog Play Pro. Now, for those who don't know, we came out with BirdDog Play about 4 years ago, and that was an NDI to HDMI decoder. So anywhere where you needed to get an NDI signal onto a screen, you would use a BirdDog Play. It was a nice, cheap, affordable way to reliably get that signal there. And now we have the grown-up version, which is Play Pro. And that is a metal housing version. It's PoE-powered instead of USB. And it's basically the next step of how do we take this really popular decoder and make it more professional for installations.
So you're always thinking of solutions and constantly evolving, and that's why I love coming to BirdDog, to hearing about the changes every single time. What do you hope you'll achieve at the show this year?
I think right now it's definitely, people who've heard of BirdDog, we have so much going on. We've been hard at work trying to, follow what we think is going to be the next thing that helps people in their workflows. And I think taking that hardware, taking that software, intertwining them so that we can, not have any issues when we want to send signals to other places. That's what we're trying to get people to see. And things like the Zoom Connect app, where people can say, oh, that is simple and easy to use, really kind of hopefully unlocks that kind of barrier that they might have had to say, I don't want to get into a complex environment. It's confusing, and so we're trying to make things simplified. So anytime you have a camera, an encoder, a decoder, and internet, you can basically achieve whatever workflow you want. And that's what we're excited about with BirdDog Connect software and all of our hardware appliances that we're going to bring that into.
And these are ready to go and ready to buy?
So now we have the Zoom pending when they let us release it. We'll have that. We do have a closed beta that we can send. As far as all the cameras, we're bringing the Connect into that this month. Play Pro will be shipping early March, so we're really close to that as well. So basically everything that we're showing here we can give access to and coming in the next month or so.
I'm sure a really exciting time ahead. Thank you so much for talking to us, CJ.
Of course, my pleasure. Thank you.